All right, and welcome back, guys. And yeah, as you can see, we're loaded into Vanguard Zombies. This is the first time I played Vanguard Zombies since we finished getting all of the gold weapons almost a week and a half ago now. Yeah, it has been a minute, and to be honest, I haven't really missed it. I haven't had that itch to play zombies like I normally do. We've been grinding the MP side of stuff, but that's not the point of this video. We're just going to be playing in the background as we talk about quite a few things. One, this game's already starting to get some stealth nerfs. Some things were nerfed last night that they didn't introduce in the patch notes, so we'll talk about that. And then we're going to be talking about future content coming specifically to zombies. So hopefully that's some exciting stuff too. So the first thing is last night, if you've been playing Shipment, you've probably realized that they have overall nerfed the entire player count for Shipment across the board. So the way it used to go is the base was 6v6, the tactical, and then you had the 7v7 and then the 8v8 in Shipment. However, now the base is 4v4, then it goes 6v6 and then 7v7. So Blitz got nerfed by one player overall, and now you can play in 4v4 Shipment games, which is if you've played a 4v4 Shipment game, it's pretty slow. It doesn't really even feel like Shipment at that point. It kind of feels like you're playing one of the bigger maps. But yeah, I don't really like this change. I'm not gonna lie. The reason I play Shipment is for the insane player count, and to be honest, when I was playing 8v8, that really didn't feel like enough players. I feel like 8v8 should be the tactical, then it should be like 10v10, then 12v12, and we've had 12v12 Shipment in the past, and it was a bigger, or it was a smaller version of Shipment. This bigger version of Shipment really needs at least 8 players. Anything less than 8 and it just doesn't have that same Shipment feel to it, and I don't think it would have been as bad. The issue with it is they launched it with these bigger player modes, let us play it on it for a few days, and then they're gonna stealth nerf it and be like, all right, well, that was a little too much. Now we're gonna tone it down a little bit. A little annoying, but I guess it is what it is on that front. Definitely let me know how you feel about that. Do you think this is a good change? Do you think 4v4 Shipment is the perfect amount and you prefer that over the chaos of 8v8 we've been playing? But I mean, it's not all bad. At least you still get to play 7v7. The only thing with it that's kind of annoying, and we just got a pack 2 weapon on round 2. That's kind of sick, which is good because I'm working on all the calling cards. We still got to get the I think it's like a couple thousand kills with weapons out of boxes. But 4v4 Shipment kind of breaks up the flow. If you're playing the 24/7 Shipment playlist, you could have one game that's 8v8, which is or 7v7, which is really fast paced, and then you get into the 4v4 game, and halfway through the game you're like, all right, when's this going to be over? I'm ready for the next one, because there's just not enough people for 4v4 Shipment. So that's kind of my opinions on that. Let's go ahead and talk about these zombie leaks coming, I guess not really next season, but just overall. This is stuff that's in the code that could be coming at any point in time, or it might not be coming at all. That's one thing about talking about leaks. Usually I don't talk about leaks because stuff from the code that people have like data mined, this is stuff that could have been left over from a previous game. This is stuff they might have started developed and then scrapped. It doesn't always mean it's going to come. Usually I like to talk about the stuff in the game and have fun with that. The issue with Vanguard, there's nothing really to talk about with the stuff in game. There's nothing to talk about. So that only leaves us to talk about the stuff that might be coming in the future. So next season, it looks like we are getting 2 new objectives, gonna be domination and assault. But like I said, one domination and assault looks like they're just kind of reused name from MP now. Those could be changed to just about anything in the future. I mean, looking at it, we could kind of look at stuff that we've seen in Outbreak and bring it in here. Obviously they could have the rockets that come down and we could fill the objectives with the rockets. We've already got holdout. Obviously anything doing with vehicles wouldn't work because there's not vehicles in this mode, at least not yet. But more importantly than that, more importantly than the 2 new objectives, it also looks like we're getting new regions, one of them being on the Desert Siege map. But more importantly, there is code in the game that suggests that we might be getting a grief mode in Vanguard Zombies, and that immediately piques my interest. You guys have known I have wanted them to add grief back for so long. Not even grief, any sort of player versus player mode. We haven't had player versus player modes in zombies since Black Ops 4, and that wasn't even like crazy PvP. That was kind of, I mean, yeah, it was getting points and there was a winner, but the last time we really had like a truly PvP mode was Black Ops 2 with grief. I want to be able to play against my friends. I don't always want to be playing against zombies. I want to be like, hey, you know what? Let's see wins. A little friendly competition here, whether that be gun game, whether that be grief. And if they add grief back, that's going to be a lot of fun. But the thing that I first thought of was, oh, grief, that sounds so fun in Cold War Zombies. I'm just thinking about how it's going to work in this game, and grief sounds cool, but they're going to have to kind of design something specifically for grief, because grief, the whole style of grief, I don't think works if you're doing objectives, because at that point, both parties just aren't going to do the objective and just sit there, and it's going to become a game of chicken and mouse. Who's going to do the objective first? Who's going to do the objective first? Because that's what grief was with doors, and it's like, oh, I'm just not going to buy that door. It's just not going to happen. So hopefully, and I don't think in the original grief you had to buy doors, but I'm talking about like kind of the custom versions that we've had to play over the years. But when it comes to like stuff like that, like the only way grief makes sense to me right now is if you stay in this hub area the entire time, which kind of sounds cool. But then how are the perks going to work? How are the the covenants going to work? Are they just going to cut out the covenants for this specifically and all that other stuff? So grief sounds fun, but they're going to have to model it quite a bit to make it work in this game. But dang, could you imagine how cool grief would have been in Cold War Zombies? Like, that is something I would have came back to play year after year. And it makes me a little bit disappointed that we're getting it in this game and we didn't get it in Cold War Zombies. Like, because that is something like any map. Mauer or Toten playing grief on it. D Machina playing grief against your friends. So that's cool. Hopefully they kind of go down this route and add more PvP stuff after this. Gun game would be really, really cool. I'd have a lot of fun in gun game stuff like that. But yeah, that's really the main stuff. There's a lot of other stuff leaked, like a bunch of other melee weapons, operators that are coming in the future, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to lie, I don't really want to talk about melee weapons that are coming. I've already looked through it. Nothing like the ETOL appears to be coming. We'll obviously cover those as they launch. We'll unlock camos for those. We'll do all the rigmarole with crap like that. Same thing, as new objectives gets added, we'll cover that. But that stuff's kind of boring to me, I'm not going to lie. Nothing I've seen leaked so far of an official round-based map coming. So, yay, that's there. Besides that, right now, if we look at the leak stuff we're getting and the stuff they've kind of confirmed for Season 1. So, Season 1 roadmap right now. Pause feature, Pack-a-Punch camo, 2 new objectives, and maybe new areas in this map. Obviously, we're going to be getting new weapons from MP, and those will work in zombies. Same thing, new melee weapons. So, new weapons to test out. But I'm not going to lie, I'm not even excited for new weapons in this game. Like, this game, really only the shotguns are good. And without ammo mods or anything like that, full auto weapons are just kind of boring and bland and aren't that fun. Obviously, we'll grind them gold, but to me, there's no point. Because, like, yeah, this LMG is cool and we got it pack early too, but the only reason I'm using this is because we got it pack too early on. If I had the choice of anything to use, it's just use shotgun. So unless they're adding a DLC shotgun next season, it's really not going to affect zombies much at all. But yeah, with that, guys, we should probably go ahead and wrap this one up. The main takeaway being here, Shipment was nerfed, and potentially getting a grief mode in Vanguard Zombies in the future, which has me curious. If they do add a grief mode in this game, how interested are you to play it? I loved grief in Black Ops 2. I played it constantly in Black Ops 2, especially against friends. That's when it was the most fun. Public lobbies were So if they add that, are you going to be playing that? And how do you feel about the changes to Shipment? Because obviously that's a little annoying, especially if you're trying to grind those camos. But hey, at least we have Shipment. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Oh, hey there. Thank you for watching the entire video. I've got to take this last moment here to give a huge thanks to everyone who became a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, and extra special thanks to those who have taken above and beyond and became an Unlock Plus Plus member on YouTube. We've got the 2x Trader Purple. We've got the most OP Gobblegum ever, Round Robin. We have the hero Arrow Pharaoh, and then we've got the absolute legend Peyton Perkins. Once again, got to get a huge thanks to all of them for becoming Unlock Plus Plus members here on YouTube.